Are there advantages to aging? Yes, I am Debbi-Jo Horton, and welcome to Advantages to Aging. Join my guests and I as we discuss aging and what makes for a healthy lifestyle, which results in a quality life. Thank you for joining me today. Hi there, listeners. Welcome back. This is your host, DJ Horton, with Advantages to Aging. And I am really excited because doesn't getting exercise get you all revved up? No, seriously, not me. But that's really where you should be, right? You get that shot of energy and vitality, and it doesn't matter what age you are. But today I have with me Jennifer Prell, who is the founder of Elderwerks and president. And she's going to tell us all the things we really should know and things we can actually start doing today to get us moving again. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you, DJ. I'm excited to be here.
Great. So I know that, aging affects all of us, right? So whether we like it or not, we know we need to get healthier. So what does Elderworks do to help? I'm not going to say seniors. I hate that word. the aging population
Okay. Well,
get healthier.
I usually say older adults. Everyone's aging every minute of every day. So older adults,
Exactly.
until you're over 80, you're really not a senior anyway. So that's okay.
I don't even think it starts at 80. Me, it's like a year senior when you hit 90.
That works for me. I'm okay with that. So Elderworks offers many, many free programs for older adults and seniors. One of them is called Stepping Out for Fitness. It is a challenge that we put on annually, and anyone, anywhere can sign up and do a daily challenge of any kind of exercise. It can be just getting out of your chair, it could be walking, biking, climbing mountains, whatever, moves you. And then you fill out your fitness log. You can email it, mail it in monthly, and you can get a chance to win prizes throughout each month. And then annually, a chance to win an Apple Watch or a flat screen TV.
Ooh, very cool.
Yes. And it's free,
Yeah, even better.
even
So,
better.
we talk about trying to get our bodies in motion. And sometimes we just don't even want to leave the house, especially in this uncertain world that many of us live in. So, how can you start at home just on that road to getting healthy?
Well, the first thing you need to know is you need to eat well and sleep well, right? And then get up and move. Drink more water, eat more fruits and vegetables to get yourself some energy. Stay away from junk food and alcohol because that just slows you down. Fatty foods, fried foods, you're just going to turn into a sloth and not want to move. So it's best to eat healthier foods and get up in the morning and get ready and prepared to exercise, whatever that means to you. I would suggest if you are a night owl, that's when you do your exercises versus the morning, because the morning you're probably the opposite of others who are morning people like me. I'm a total spaz all day. So it totally works. But fruits and vegetables are a great source of energy. Start there. Get your morning started with a bit of stretching, maybe some yoga or Pilates, whatever you're comfortable doing at your own level. Don't look at other people. There's really fit people in the world, and then there's people like me who are not so fit.
And that's so true because everybody's level of exercise is different and everybody's level of ability is different. And I know sometimes, you get discouraged because you do look at somebody else who is not necessarily younger in age than you are, but are more active. And if you try doing what they are doing, you're setting yourself up for failure. But I know even for me, like I like to walk. I have a girlfriend that I usually meet up with, and we walk usually in the morning before we get our business days started. But if one of us is not walking, it's hard for us to stay motivated.
It is.
to
It
go
is.
work out by yourself. So, do you have any suggestions for those of us who try really hard, but sometimes we just can't stay motivated?
It is not, motivation comes from within. No one else, well, maybe some people can get motivated from other people. But if you're in your house a lot and you don't get out a lot, it is really hard to stay motivated. The first thing you want to do is baby steps. Do start with 5 minutes of something. It could just be getting in and out of a chair, it can be lifting cans of corn, right? It can be walking around your dining room table, 5 minutes. And then after a few days, go to 10 minutes and build yourself up. You can also join virtual exercise classes throughout the nation. There are people working out virtually, and they're really good workout classes. We hold those all the time at Elderworks, and we record them. We put them on our YouTube channel. You can do chair yoga, Pilates, stretching, matters of balance, all sorts of things. You can also phone a friend. If you're having a problem getting motivated, talk to someone who's got positivity around them. It brings a positive influence to get you motivated. Or maybe say, hey, I can eat that brownie even if I do 10 minutes of walking. Try to reward yourself. Rewards are always good. Bribe yourself.
Yeah, but make sure that the brownie is not like half the pan.
No, that would be bad. Kind of counterproductive.
Very counterproductive. And I think that's part of one of the issues that a lot of times you kind of hit a wall because somewhere along the line, you got the impression that exercise means going to the gym, lifting weights, or running a mile. And the reality is that staying fit is really about moving your body.
Hmm.
So I know that sometimes if I am not motivated, I'll throw on a really catchy tune and I'll dance as much as possible for that full length of the song, which is
Hmm.
usually 3.5 minutes, and then
That
get
is
back
good
to it.
exercise. That's high impact. That's good stuff. Dancing's always good.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I also recommend, and I don't always do it myself because there we go back to the do you stay motivated to keep at it? But if I know I have a day where I am sitting in front of the computer, taping podcast after podcast or meeting with different people, but through Zoom, and so you're got your butt in a seat, I try to make sure that I end everything at least 5 minutes before the next one starts so I can do my get up, jog in place, throw that music on. Sometimes, depending on who you have to meet with, you definitely want to throw on the music and get into a better mood.
It's true. It is
Never when
true.
I'm doing a podcast taping them. Always in a good mood
Well,
for that.
it could be interesting.
Well, it's a audio podcast, not a visual podcast. We could have a dance party.
Well, if we do record it, we can always put it on Elderworks website, and then people can watch us make fools of ourselves.
I love it. I love it. Hey, Debbi-Jo here with Neora. Neora's age fighting products use the best innovations and ingredients from nature and science to deliver a holistic, all-around approach to anti-aging. Whether you're young and interested in taking preventative steps or young at heart and need to address sunspots and lines, Neora's products work for all ages and skin types. Back to the show. So sometimes you get into that funk, right? Get into that funk and you just can't get yourself to do anything. And, it happens to everybody. I'm not saying that you should stay and wallow in it for forever, but sometimes you just need to sit there and let it be. Oftentimes it's kind of your body's way of saying, "Hey, you need a break."
Hmm.
But then what do you do if you just can't get out of that or you just can't get up and moving? Maybe because you're wheelchair bound or you're having to stay in bed and you're under doctor's orders to not get up and do all of the things that you would normally do if you were exercising. Are there some really low impact things that would be beneficial?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And just so you're aware, I'm not an exercise expert. I hang with a lot of people who support those with exercise. And from what I've learned and seen, the first thing is if you are depressed, you need to get some counseling and support there. We also have to take care of our minds. If you don't
Mhm.
take care of your mind and you're depressed, it's really hard to get motivated to do anything else, right? If you do have some limitations, we all do. No one's perfect. If you find a perfect person, let me know because I haven't found any yet. But
Define
you
perfect.
can, yeah, define perfect. And as my daughter says, normal is who you are. You're as normal as you are. That's it. There's no
I
such
love
thing as
that.
normal. It's fine.
Perfect.
It
See,
doesn't
that's
matter.
perfect.
It is. I always tell people I'm perfectly imperfect. That's it. So if you are in a bed and you can't get out of bed, depending on what your doctor says, right, and your issues, you can just stretch. Get those muscles stretching because otherwise, they're like rubber bands. If you don't use it, you lose it, right? So
Mm.
stretch your hands out, stretch your toes, point your toes, rotate your ankles, rotate your arms, rotate your neck, lift your butt up, do some Kegels, anything that you can to keep their body, moving. If you're chair bound or wheelchair bound, you can work out from a sturdy chair with strong arms or a wheelchair. You can do chair yoga. You can take plastic balls and lift them over your head. They're not heavy, but the repeat effort of anything you do helps your muscles move and contract and get your strength going. You need a strong core as you age. If your core goes, it is really hard to prevent yourself from falling. And our goal is to keep everybody on their feet. So work on your core. That's my biggest advice.
Yeah, that's great. I never really even thought about that, how important core strength is. They talk about it a lot when you're in childbearing years,
Mhm.
to keeping that core strength and or after you have a child, regaining that core strength. But you're right. As you age, that core strength becomes even more important because if you don't have that, there's so many things that not only can go wrong, but it takes so much longer to recover from should something definitely go wrong.
100%. And if you have balance and you have some strength and you do fall, you learn how to fall so you don't get hurt. And if you do fall, you recover much more quickly if you have some muscles to help you. If you are weak and you have not worked on any strength training, and strength training does not mean going to the gym, exactly what you said, you will get hurt. And I have seen it at Elderworks. We have families who call, mom's fallen, and now mom has Alzheimer's. Broke a hip. Now she's no longer independent. You want to stay independent? Gain your strength. However, you need to do it, gain some strength.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can do it, slowly over time. It doesn't have to be all at once because often if you're not in the habit of doing those things and you decide that I'm going to, work out for half an hour every single day. If you haven't been working out, start with 5 minutes.
Hmm.
5 minutes.
It's little bites, right? It's
Yep.
not a race. It's
Right.
it's
Well, and you're
it's
more
all
apt
about
to
you.
repeat that the next day because 5 minutes was not anything. And so you do that for a while until you say, well, I'm just getting started at 5 minutes. So you move it to 10 minutes, or maybe you
Exactly.
move it to 6 minutes. But it's really
Exactly.
important to just continually build those habits. And that's really what it's about, right? Building the habits of moving your body.
Absolutely. Use it or lose it. It's true. I used to do an elliptical. I started out at 10 minutes. Oh, I was exhausted. Then I went to 20. I was finally up to an hour. And then I moved. And I didn't
Oh,
work out for 3 months. Oh my gosh. I'm back to 10 minutes. It's the worst. It's the
but that's a
worst. I'm like,
but that's too, that's such a good point though, is that you can start over.
absolutely.
Like,
We make
don't.
mistakes. Stuff happens.
Yep, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So you had mentioned about your YouTube channel and being able to gain access to some of the things from Elderworks. So listeners, all of those connections will be in the show notes. So make sure that you are checking those out. I always have fun when I talk with Jennifer. We laugh a lot, in case you didn't
Yes, we do.
notice.
Laughing's good for the soul, and that's good exercise.
Yes, it is because, the laughing, it definitely increases heart rate too.
Releases
Especially when you're
endorphins and
not when
happy.
yeah, the more you laugh, the better you feel. So listeners,
100.
I hope that you found at least one thing that you have heard today that you are going to make a commitment to yourself and put into action. Let's get those bodies moving. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for joining us. And we'll catch you next time on Advantages to Aging.
Thanks, DJ. It was fun.
Do you think one of the biggest advantages to aging is all the knowledge we gain along the way? Me too. What did you learn today? Share with me in my Facebook group with the same name as this podcast, Advantages to Aging. Now hit subscribe so you don't miss all the tips to come in future episodes.